Welcome back, everyone, to Sip and Spill. This is our show where we talk about all things life, love, pop culture, whatever's on our minds this week. We are your hosts. I'm Anna.
And I'm Nikki.
And we are back with another episode. Nikki, how you been? How's everything?
Doing great.
Doing good. Good. That's what we like to hear here at the Sip and Spill pod. We only want good things for all of us all the time.
Enjoying the warm weather.
Yes.
Getting excited. Getting ready for our trip coming up soon.
Yep.
Aruba.
Have we told the listeners we're going to Aruba?
I think we mentioned
We
it.
probably did. We're heading off to Aruba in just a few short weeks, Memorial Day week. Girls trip. Very excited. We are planning for a nice long week of sun, sand, activities, relaxing. Just the right way to start off the summer.
Yes, I'm very excited because I feel like now that I live by the water, I kind of just want to get the vacation in early. This way, you have the rest of the summer.
Right. You come back and you get to have more of a vacation, basically. And, gone are the days of waiting on the DJ's line for 3 hours on Memorial Day weekend to get in and not be able to breathe or move or anything like that. We're here for the wholesome holiday kickoffs now. At least I think, know, that's just the way to be now. Wholesome holiday kickoffs. So
I remember going to DJs on a Sunday, and the night before, it would feel like Disney, and we would all text each other and be
so excited.
We're going to Disney World tomorrow.
We'd be so excited. We'd be planning outfits.
Yes.
We'd be planning escape plans, all the things. Good times, all good times that were had. But
now we'll be in Aruba.
And I will take that any day over any bar. Sorry, not sorry. I said it. But with that, as we said, summer's coming, and that means we got to get summer body ready here at Sip and Spill. And before we get into today's episode, I'll give a disclaimer. We're going to be talking about, getting in shape for the summer, toning up, all of these things. We are not by any means experts
I'm not
on this topic. We're probably the exact opposite because we'll tell you we've tried every damn thing.
We yo-yo
possible.
diet.
We yo-yo.
Frequently.
We put the yo in yo-yo diet. So
don't take any advice.
Absolutely
We're
not.
just here to spill.
We're just here to spill. We're just here to give our thoughts, share what we're doing over the next few weeks to stay healthy, to get in the shape we want to get. So this is not medical advice. This is not professional advice, nutrition advice, none of that. Don't listen to us. Stay here for the episode, definitely. But don't take this as, the word of God or anything. But with that being said, we are chatting today about, again, just getting in shape for the summer. And I always feel like the culprit for me is alcohol. And so we're kicking the show off with a beverage, of course, but Nikki made us a little bit of a leaner beverage. So Nikki, tell us what we're drinking this week.
So today we got the Sippin' Slim. 1.5 ounces of tequila. You want that silver tequila. 1 ounce of fresh lime juice. You could add in 1/2 ounce of orange liqueur if you prefer, but if you want to skip those calories, that's fine too. And 1/2 ounce of agave or less, whatever your preference is. Shake that up, and you can add optional a splash of soda, soda water. So let's try it.
Let's try.
You could add a lime garnish, mint garnish if you're feeling, if you want to muddle a mint. I really love a mint with lime.
Me too. Mojito vibes.
So why not?
Yeah. Very good. Very refreshing. I don't necessarily think you ever need to cut out alcohol totally when you're prepping for the summer, let's say. So this is a nice alternative if you do still want to drink and, have something while you're out or while you're home, just relaxing on a summer night.
They do say though that like alcohol stops the fat burning process. So
It's very possible.
yeah. So like I always feel guilty after I drink, but I drink a lot of water. I drink any vodka that I'm going to drink. I always mix it with water. So my go-to is either Tito's or Deep Eddy, and I always mix with water. So I feel a little bit fresher, lighter when I do that.
Better
Not
than,
so much,
soda, sugary soda.
Right.
Yeah, Nikki put me onto the Deep Eddies and water. It's like my go-to now as well. I think everything in moderation, that's what we live by here. And so once in a while, if you're going out, have a drink, sure. But again, nice alternative to a regular margarita if you're looking for that lime citrusy drink at home.
Yeah. And I also tend to go for like the very salty drinks. Love me a Bloody Mary. Love me a dirty martini, blue cheese olives.
Oh, yeah.
So it definitely bloats you and leaves you feeling icky.
Yeah.
So just have to be mindful when it comes to the sugar and sodium.
Absolutely.
So I've been prepping for our trip to Aruba. I've been trying to get my 10K steps a day.
Which is very difficult to do, I will say.
It is. But especially, I definitely hit it when I go into the office in Manhattan. So like I had an event the other day and it was like a 40-minute-ish walk. But like I kind of turned it into like 30 something.
Okay.
And in the city, you're just looking at
goes by
buildings and
fast,
different things and seeing what's happening. So like it definitely goes by fast, and I'll just like get on the phone, take a phone call. So like it's easier for me. Like that's an hour right there of walking that I can get done. Like, and when I walked, get off the ferry, even walking to my office on like a normal day, you're just burning, getting that walk in right in the morning. So you can break it up. Like sometimes I'll walk in the morning and then I'll come back home and I'll take Dolly for a walk. Yeah. So it doesn't really feel like you're doing the 10,000 steps. And then obviously when I bartend, I go up and downstairs, all around the restaurant, in, out, and easily hit the 10,000 steps.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I've been seeing on TikTok people saying like, this is how I get my 10K steps. Some people get 15K steps in a day, which I think is crazy. But, they have, they go in the morning for 20 minutes. They go take a lunch break and they walk. They go after work. Some people have a walking pad that they do under the desk. That's what I bought last year or 2 years ago. I bought a walking pad and I bought a standing desk. And at first I used it every day when I was working from home, and I would, get on there for half hour, an hour, walk in between meetings and whatnot. I haven't used it in a very long time. It's collected a lot of dust. But that's also a good option that a lot of people on TikTok use to get those extra steps in during the day. But I definitely want to start walking more, on the days that I'm not planning for any other running or anything like that, getting some steps in, making the time while at work to take a walk around the block for 10 minutes if I have a break, or, like you said, like maybe on the commute in, like get off a couple bus stops early and walk the rest of the way to the office. There's definitely ways to do that and to work that in.
Even like if I go to the grocery store, like I feel like everybody wants like the closest spot.
Yeah.
I pick the furthest spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just even getting in those extra steps really helps.
Yeah. It does. It makes a difference, and you don't realize it until, you look at your step count at the end of the day and you say, oh, wow, I did it. It does. It adds up. So hot girl walks. We love a hot girl walk. Awesome. I have been starting to get more into Pilates recently.
Wow.
So I just started some classes at a local Pilates studio with the Reformer machine. So I'm trying that out. I've tried the mat Pilates before, which is also good. It's a very good workout. I mean, the first time I took it, I was sore the next day for sure. So it works. But I think what is hard for me is, of course, getting up in the morning first thing to work out. And so I feel like spending money on, I said this with my gym membership too, spending money on my gym membership will get me to go to the gym. Didn't work. So now I bought these classes and I'm saying, spending money on buying these classes will help me get up in the morning and go to the class. And I only have a certain amount of them with the package I bought. So so far I've only done one, but it motivated me to get up.
How is the reformer machine? Were you like shaking?
I was shaking. I didn't think I would be shaking. It does look intimidating.
Yes.
I will say that.
It looks like to me like a mousetrap.
Yeah.
Like I would get caught in that.
It definitely looks intimidating, but I got there a few minutes early, met the instructor. She showed me, exactly how it works, and it's not as bad when you understand better what everything is for. Like basically, you've got the part that slides back and forth, which, we used a lot for like doing squats or core work, things like that. And then you can adjust the resistance with the springs that are underneath that, which there aren't a lot of springs, and she'll tell you like how many to put on. And then there is also just like the regular, like the TRX ropes that Sets uses. They have those on each side too. So, you're basically like pulling yourself in and out on the part that moves using those. Like we did a few different upper body exercises for this particular class using it. And then there were points where we would just like hold ourselves up in a plank. And that is where I would start like shaking. And I was like, oh God, I can't do this. And let me tell you, my shoulder was so sore the next day. I started feeling it in the afternoon. It was getting sore.
Wow.
I thought I pulled something, and I started to get worried that I would need like a sling or something again, because I was hurting. I think yesterday or today is like the first day it's finally not bothering me. So
you're working out all the muscles.
You're working out all the muscles. It's low intensity but high impact. And you feel it for sure. And the thing is too, that it's all slow count. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4 count. It's not like, boom, 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 boom.
See, I need the boom, 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 because I cannot go slow. No matter how hard I try, and in my mind, I'm like, I start checking the time and I'm like, okay, when is this over? Like, I feel like when I'm jumping around and doing all that, it like goes by way faster than the slow.
Yeah. I mean, I like both. Like I like the intense, quick paced workout, yes, but this was a nice change, and it honestly went by pretty fast. Like stupid me, I didn't have my watch. I had my watch on, but the workout wasn't turned on, so it wasn't tracking anything. But I feel like that kind of helped too, because I wasn't like getting a notification every 5 minutes when it was like, oh, your ring's almost closed, or your ring's closed, or this is closed, or whatever. So I wasn't looking at it too much, and before I knew it, we were like pretty much wrapped up. It was 45-minute class. Not a big studio. Like I think it takes up to like 10 or 11 people, which is also nice. I like a smaller group setting. But yeah, I mean, so far I'm pleased. We'll keep going back. We'll keep seeing. I was interested in doing this reformer Pilates, particularly because everybody on TikTok says they're getting fucking abs and tone and all this shit from Pilates. So I'm like, well, the running isn't working for that area. Like I still obviously need to be doing some kind of
right. And
strength.
I think the low impact is really helpful instead of like the high intensity where you're jumping around. It's hard on your knees. You're doing box jumps, burpees, and it's intense.
Right.
But it's good to see what you like and explore different workouts. And I know they have ClassPass now that you can just like,
I had ClassPass for a little bit because work gave it to us because we don't have any kind of fitness gym. We don't have a gym or anything in our building. So they had offered that to us as an option, but I didn't really use it because there aren't a lot of options in New Jersey for classes. So I honestly don't think I tried it once. Like I think I would always look at the classes and see what was available, but it's really, in my opinion, better if you're using it in the city.
Okay.
Maybe if you're in Hoboken or Jersey, like Jersey City, there's classes and studios around there that are applicable too. But I wasn't able to really utilize it the way I wanted to. But I have heard that, a lot of people like ClassPass for this reason, try different things out, and it's not super expensive every month. So
yeah, my friend took me, she uses the ClassPass, and I signed up for a trial class. It was only $5 per sporology. There's a few locations, and there's one over in Seabright. And it is a heated class. So I think that the temperature was probably like 140 degrees, maybe
Nice.
less. I'm not really sure. I didn't really feel like as hot
Yeah.
in there. I think because the room was like really big. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But let me tell you, when the first class ended and the door opened, the whiff that I got, I was like, yeah, no. Like, this ain't for me. And again, it's like those slow, shorter movements. And the instructor was like saying, you can't go fast. And
Right.
I was trying to, I think, speed it up a little bit, but you have like the arm weights, the ankle weights, and you're just doing like the same movement, like an insane amount of reps over and over and over and over again. And I'm just like, for me, it was torture, but for other people, they enjoy that. So yeah, I'm definitely more into the high intensity, just quicker workouts. Cause I think like I work out not to think about things.
Right.
So like when I'm sitting there and like I'm like I have time to like think about things.
It does, you're not distracted.
As I'm sitting there doing donkey kicks for 100 reps, I'm like thinking about my life.
Right. Yeah. No, that makes sense. It's personal preference. But yeah, no, I don't mind a slower pace. I used to do hot yoga occasionally too.
Yes.
I would like to start getting back into as well, because I used to love hot yoga. I think the only reason I stopped was because like COVID hit and things just started closing down.
Yeah, I was feeling a little icky like during and after COVID about like the sauna.
Yeah.
Because obviously like germs thrive in heat. So, but I just can't live without my sauna.
No.
And
It's a
I
must.
have my like regular gym where I just basically use it for the sauna.
Yeah.
It's like $50 a month. But my friend actually pays for like sauna sessions at this like health and wellness place in Red Bank. And she took me. It was really nice. It was a nice sauna. It's really only meant for like one person, but she took me in there with her. And they had a sign for this, like, I forgot what they called it, but it was some kind of like, I think it was like a colon cleanse.
Oh.
So I'm like, what the hell is that? And basically, I'm like, is that like a colonoscopy? Like that you have to like I'm like, do you get put under to like do this? Like what happens?
Yeah.
So basically, you sit there and like, I guess some like tube goes up your asshole.
Oh no.
And you're just sitting there and it's like sucking everything out. And not only do you have to like, again, I have not done this. I'm just hearing what the owner was telling me.
Explained it, yeah.
And like, not only do you have to like sit there and like go through that, but then also apparently like somebody examines like what comes out and it's like,
no.
like you have this, like you should stay away from, and I'm just like,
no,
dear God. Like,
No.
I don't think I would be able to like come out of that
I
room.
want to know how many of these sessions they sell a month. I want to know how many people sign up for this every month.
Yeah.
That is wild. No, I'm sorry. Unless I'm at a hospital, ain't nobody shoving anything up there.
Like, I would have to be put out for somebody to like see my asshole and like stick.
No.
Like, I just can't imagine shit coming out of a tube while I'm just sitting on this. Like, I was probably like a bedpan, I guess, or like there's like a seat with a hole in it. You're just sitting there.
Yeah. No, this is where the wellness industry goes too far. This is where we need to draw the line and say, sometimes it's okay to not know every little detail about our bodies.
Right.
Not for this. Don't like it. Don't want to do it. Highly suggesting.
Oh, and you have to drink like a charcoal drink too. Like you have to drink something. Like it just literally sounds like a colonoscopy without the part of you.
Sounds like torture.
Being put out.
Yeah. No, I don't know why anyone would ever want to do this. I'm good. I don't need to know. Unless something I know is wrong, I don't need to go through this to know what's going on up there.
No.
Oh dear. Yeah, no. That's a wellness trend we can't let grow and fester into something more. Aside from that, what else are you doing to stay fit and well, Nikki?
I would say besides the hot girl walks, I've been doing the high intensity classes, which I just feel really amazing doing.
Yes.
They're like different days. Some of them are like full body. And running. Mm-hmm. I just had my first run yesterday, post half marathon.
Great.
Still, it was a mixture between walking and running. I don't know why. I think because my body wasn't like, I kind of took off. How long is it now? We did it 2 weeks, 3 weeks
3
ago?
weeks, I think.
So I feel like I've just like kind of lost the rhythm a little bit. My feet were hurting, which like my feet never hurt.
Yeah.
But it was good to get back into it. I had a Stinger waffle.
Good.
So I was very happy that I was able, but I did it like 5 o'clock where the sun was like really blaring.
Yeah.
So I have to do like either an early morning run or like after work, like maybe 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Run where the sun is going down a little bit.
Yeah. No, the running in the heat is so far not fun.
I was going to ask you, like, I was thinking yesterday, like, what do we prefer? Like running in the cold or running in the heat? Because like now I'm starting to think like, I think I like the cold better.
I know. Well, I was just talking to someone at work about this yesterday too. And I was saying the same thing. Like, I'm like, Saturday I went for a run. I wanted to do between 3 to 5 miles. I ended up only doing 3, but it was so humid. And I went like 10:30ish in the morning, but it was so humid by then already that I just could barely breathe while I was doing this. I had to walk some. I had to, stop at points. I didn't bring water with me. I was just dripping.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, like if this is how it's going to be all summer, what the hell am I going to do? I'm going to have to wake up at 5 a.m. to start running. So today I woke up, I'm doing this new thing. It's not new, but I've tried it before, and like now I'm just kind of committed to it, where I'm setting my alarm for 2 hours before I actually want to wake up. So I'll set my alarm, say I want to wake up. I've been doing this lately the goal is to wake up for 5 a.m. So I've been setting my alarm for 3 a.m. Wake up, snooze it, of course, go back to bed for the 2 hours, and then 5 o'clock hits, and I'm still tired. Like, it still takes me maybe a half hour to an hour to actually get up out of bed. But by then, now I'm up at 6 a.m. and I'm ready to start the day. And it tricks my mind into like
thinking that you get more time.
Right. Thinking that I got a little bit more sleep. And I'm ready to start the day.
If I had my alarm set for 3 o'clock, I would never sleep. I would never fall asleep.
Well, that's where my good friend Melatonin comes in.
I love Melly.
Melatonin shows up every night, and I just take one of those, and 10 o'clock, I'm out. That's my other. Now I'm trying to go to bed by 10 o'clock every night.
The second sleep, like if I'm up, I'm usually, it hasn't happened in a while, knock on wood, but I'm usually up like around, like I'll just wake up around like sometimes 2, sometimes 3, sometimes 4. And that second sleep that I get is unlike the other. Like I'm literally in a coma the second sleep. So I don't know how you actually wake up after you go back to sleep.
Well, again, like I'm very, very drowsy still when I wake up. Like it probably still takes me a good half hour to an hour to actually get out of bed. Like I'll wake up, I'll scroll on TikTok a little bit. I'll, maybe go to the bathroom, and then I'm out of bed, but then I'll just maybe sit in bed for a little bit longer. Today, I specifically woke up at 3, woke up at 5. And I knew that I wanted to go for a run, and I knew that I wanted to have something in me before I started running. So I went and I actually prepped a smoothie overnight, let it sit in the fridge. So I had my smoothie. I had a banana. I had my energy fizz, like I was just not rushing to get started on the run. I was letting myself wake up a little bit more before I got started. And so by it was also still dark out, so I wasn't going to go running at 5 a.m. when the sun wasn't up yet. So I would say by 6 a.m. I was ready to go. I was, ready to get dressed and stretch and do all the things. And so I ran for an hour. 8 o'clock, I was done. Came home, got myself breakfast, showered, ready for work, and that was it. I was ready to start the day.
See, another issue of mine is that I will wake up, I will do the workout, and then it's just I don't know if it's just so intense, obviously the high intensity ones, but also a run, and I'm just
knock you out.
Dead, entirely dead, that I can't move. I always compare it to the Roomba going slowly going back to its little charger. That's me. I'm slowly crawling back into my bed, and then I just sit there, and I just, even if I set my alarm for an hour, I need an hour midday nap because I'm so drained. Yeah. And it's even tougher. I fall asleep on the ferry. Sometimes I'm have drool. I wake up and my mouth is open and I'm drooling.
Oh yeah, I've done that on the bus.
Yeah. So I have been working out later.
It's fine.
At night. But morning routine, I've been trying to stick to. Wake up in the morning. I'll have some greens. Don't really drink the coffee. I haven't really been drinking coffee. I'll have my greens. I'll have a scoop of sauerkraut. It has all of that probiotics in it.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
That's a good idea. Oh,
a lot
it's just fermented. Yeah. Probably.
Probiotics in there.
Wow.
And have a smoothie. I try to have one shake or smoothie per day. Yeah. So I'll have one. And I feel my stomach has been, I'm not as hungry.
Right.
Because I feel my stomach is shrinking. Normally, I'll be starving and then I'll eat only half of my meal because, again, I think that smoothie really helps. Yeah. Bone broth. Sometimes when I'm in the office, I like to do a 1 day. I don't want to call it a cleanse because I'm not really or I don't want to call it a fast either because I'm not really fasting.
Right.
Or maybe I am. But I will wake up, go to not eat or won't have anything that will break the fast. But then when I get to work, I'm just drinking bone broth for the rest of the day. And I did do that leading up to the race. And I feel that really helped me.
Yeah.
So yeah, bone broth is really healthy for you. High in protein and electrolytes as well. So kind of refuel with the bone broth, and it holds me over.
What kind of bone is it? Is it chicken bone broth?
Yeah. So
interesting. Okay.
Yeah, you could make it yourself.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Right.
But I just buy the Costco pack.
Yeah.
But sometimes I literally just stick the carton. It's a liter carton. I'll just stick it in my bag and just drink it all day.
Good
at
soup.
Work. Yeah, good soup.
Nice.
But then there's days where I'll bring a lunch and then buy lunch, and I have 2 lunches.
Yeah, it's all about balance.
I am not consistent.
Well, listen, we can only try so hard. I do the same thing. Right now I'm back in my meal prepping era where I'm making a couple meals on a Sunday night for the week, gets me through Monday through Thursday. Lunch, breakfast, lunch, dinner, the whole shebang. And I'll still have a midweek craving for sushi or kava or something else, in the city that I got to spend $20 on to get. But that's it. What we can do is try. I have been trying to track everything pretty diligently through Weight Watchers the last couple of weeks. And I feel it's helped me just reset and realize sometimes the thing is I'm a volume eater. I've learned that about myself.
Oh, me too.
I love a lot of food.
Yes. A big salad.
Yeah. Big salad, big rice bowl, big I always got to have 3 sushi
Oh, yeah.
rolls
Oh,
minimum.
yeah.
Like
Minimum.
You know, I like a lot of food, and it's just it helps me feel satisfied and full.
But also, I've learned on this weight loss journey
Yes.
is that protein. I'm lacking
Yes.
protein.
Yes.
Like you go in my fridge right now, there's no protein.
Protein is key.
So my freezer, I have shrimp that I
Mm-hmm.
got from Costco. So like if I just want to do like a quick salad, I'll just like
Yeah.
defrost the shrimp. Shrimp is very high in protein,
Yes.
also free on Weight Watchers.
Yes.
So you definitely need protein. I never had cottage cheese until I was 27
Ooh,
years old.
Love cottage cheese. Cottage cheese is
It
great.
is so good.
I want to try, just saw on Pinterest, a recipe for cottage cheese queso that I have to try making.
Ooh. I've made cottage cheese cheesecake and it's out of this
You said it
world.
was good, yeah.
And like I'll just have it like in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
like I'll have a little bit, or like as a snack, or like when I come home and I'm starving
Yeah.
and like I'm preparing dinner, I'll just have like a few scoops.
Yeah.
Or even just a few scoops of like the plain cottage
Right.
cheese. But there's like so many. I don't really like Greek yogurt. Like
Yeah.
I have it and I just don't like it as much. Like I won't eat a spoonful of Greek yogurt.
Let me tell you something about Greek yogurt and these damn fitness influencers. For years, I've been seeing people say, one particular influencer who we'll get into in a few minutes, saying that you can mix plain Greek yogurt with the Hidden Valley Ranch seasoning and it tastes just like
Yeah.
ranch. I tried it all weekend. I tried all weekend to make it work. Ass. Tasted like
no.
ass.
No.
Then I found another one who basically gave a recipe for it with just like all the different seasonings, dill, garlic powder, onion powder, whatever. So I went to the store, I bought all the seasonings, I mixed it all up. Ass. Tasted like
Oh
ass.
my gosh. Yeah, these influencers, like I was following one for a while and she was like really cute and she always posted like these good recipes and she was like very like body positivity, like she like went up and down in her weight. I don't even remember her name, so good thing I don't remember your name. But she kept posting all these recipes. I'm like, oh my God, that looks amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing. And she did one which was like a high protein brownie.
With black beans.
No,
Oh.
I don't. It was just like it was just like it was with pumpkin and like. So I made it, but I read the comments after I made it, and it tasted horrible.
Oh.
And everybody was commenting like,
And it was bad.
absolutely not. This is
Wow.
horrible. And like other people were saying like this. I've tried this and a bunch of your recipes, and they're all shit.
Oh, God.
It's just like. How are you posting? Like, where
Right.
are you getting this?
Where are the ideas coming from?
Right.
And what is going on with your taste buds?
Right.
That this tastes good to you when we all think it's ass.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's just like a waste of, like, I threw it out.
Yeah,
It was a
yeah.
waste of ingredients. Like,
Yeah.
I really couldn't eat it. It
No.
was just turning my stomach.
I know. Sometimes you just have to let yourself have the real thing. Like, again,
Right.
I tried all weekend with this fucking ranch, and
I can't.
After 2
I've seen
days-
it multiple times of the ranch.
Yeah.
And I haven't tried it.
no, after 2 days of it not working, I
Ugh.
said, I'm just going to have my regular ranch. Shout out to Lighthouse Ranch.
Oh, yeah.
Best ranch on the market. If you haven't
Hooters
tried
has
it.
good ranch. If you want
Hooters
to talk
has
about
good-
chain
good ranch.
restaurants for ranch, Hooters.
Yeah. I
Hooters.
don't think I've ever met a chain restaurant ranch I didn't like,
True.
but Hooters does have good ranch. I mean, you got it for a wing place. Those
Yeah.
that
Oh,
and blue
I
cheese
could
are the
drink
two
it.
good things you should have.
Yeah.
So,
My friend put me on for going back to cottage cheese. Hood, the brand Hood.
oh yeah, I've had Hood.
Chive cottage cheese.
Oh.
I take chips, the Siete chips,
Uh-huh.
and just eat it just like that.
That sounds good. I'll have to look out for that
They
the
also
next time
have
I'm
those
in the
high
store.
protein chips as well. They
Yes.
look like little Doritos. I for Quest. I want to say.
Quest. Mm-hmm.
Never had it, but it's on my list. So yeah, just scoop that with. I mean, you could make it. Obviously, you could buy chives and make it your
Right.
own too. But it was
they
just
have it.
so flavorful.
That sounds good. I know. I always used to get the ranch, not the ranch. Now I'm stuck on ranch. The cottage cheese. I
Oh,
forget
with the fruit?
with the fruit in it. And you mix that up.
Okay.
That was like very high.
I
sugar
never
and-
tried it with fruit yet. Like I've just
I
been
love cottage
doing
cheese and fruit. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've just been doing like if I'm going to eat it plain, like that, like just kind of savory.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess you're very much a savory
Yeah.
person, whereas I'm more of a sweet.
Yeah.
Like I have a big sweet tooth and I have to substitute all of my desserts with healthy things when I want to shave a few inches off.
Yeah.
Um,
Like, I just feel like a lot of like sweet things to me are just too sweet. It's like we didn't have to
Yeah.
put all of this sugar in here.
no, it's true.
Like, even like I'm obsessed with Reese's, but like we could take out half of that sugar
Right.
and I would still love it exactly
And still be
the
good.
same.
Right. Exactly.
And obviously, like ice cream, obsessed with ice
Oh,
cream.
yeah.
Like, but we don't need all of that sugar.
Right.
You could also make cottage cheese
Into ice cream?
Into ice cream.
Oh. You're giving me ideas, Nikki.
I throw
You're
it
giving me
into
ideas.
my shakes for extra protein. I'll put a scoop in
good
and
idea.
it makes it thick and like creamy.
Yeah.
Cottage cheese.
I should
Again,
try
I've
it.
just tried it for the first time at 27 years old. Like nobody in my family eats cottage cheese.
Really? Surprised.
Isn't that funny? Like now that like I've moved out, there's like brands that my mother would never buy.
Right.
I'm like, I'm my own person. Like I hear her in the background, like, oh no, I only get this
Yeah,
brand.
yeah.
And I'm like, well, I'm getting this. The only thing I have to say she is right about is like Dawn. You can
Yeah.
buy any other like product to wash your dishes. It just Dawn is like makes them crystal clear.
Yeah.
But other than that, like I don't really care for brands.
A store brand is always, I love ShopRite store brand, the bowl and basket.
Yeah.
Love that shit. Everything I buy is bowl and basket for the most part.
Yeah.
Unless I can't find it in bowl and
Right.
basket. Then I have my, brands that I like. But
Yeah, no, Ro is very stuck on her brands.
it's so funny how like everyone grows up differently because like we always had generic brands if we could find them. But it was still good. It wasn't anything,
I just went to CVS and like you go there and they have like the regular brands that you know and love, and then they also have like a different their brand.
No, their brand is good
and
too.
I'm just like they make it the same color. It's like they want you to know, hey, this is the same, but we're cheaper.
Right.
Same thing like Costco.
And if you look on the label, they always have compared to Advil,
Right.
compared to Tylenol. Like they're telling you it's the same.
yeah.
You just gotta buy it instead of the name brand stuff. Yeah. Good shit.
Like I want to know how much money like we're saving buying.
Well, I also want to know, and I thought about this the other day, so it's funny we're talking about CVS brands. I want to know who makes the CVS brands or the Walgreens brands or the ShopRite brands. Like, is it all of these companies and they're just making store brands as well? Like, is Advil just stashing away some pills for CVS and Walgreens brands?
Right. I don't
Or is it a separate
like who's manufacturing?
company? Yeah, who's
right.
manufacturing it? Is it a separate company that is making literally the same thing? They have the formula basically, and they're just
These are the
recreating
questions
it?
that keep me up at night, and I just open up ChatGPT and
I
I'm
know,
like,
I should
hey,
ask ChatGPT.
this is a burning question that I have.
That's
and
going to be
it
my
will give
homework
me,
after this episode.
An answer.
Yeah. Unless one of the listeners know. If the listeners know, comment, share, DM us. If you have an inside scoop and you want to remain anonymous, we will not say it was you. So, just FYI. Yeah. No, I'm curious. That's one thing I've always wondered. We'll have to look it up after this. But yeah, all's that to say we're doing all the things.
Yeah, high protein.
Yep.
On 100% recommend tracking your calorie intake. We do Weight Watchers over here. It's just easy to scan. You get your points. Drinking your water.
Yep.
Drinking your bone broth.
Yep.
I heard also bone broth before bed helps you sleep better.
Probably.
So those are the things. But also, I've been seeing on TikTok this new trend. It's the unhinged trend.
Oh,
Tell me
yes.
all about your unhinged secrets to this or that, like your most unhinged like beauty secrets. But now I've been on the weight loss talk and the
Right.
running talk, the healthy talk.
Right.
And I've seen a TikTok that says, tell me your most unhinged weight loss tricks and tips.
And what do the
So-
TikTokers have to say?
I have to read this because it's like literally, I was literally laughing.
It's unhinged.
It is unhinged. Okay. So it says, I'm bored. Tell me your most unhinged weight loss hack so I can lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks. Not 10K steps a day, please. It's not working. So again, obviously things don't work for everybody. Number one comment that got 94.6K likes. Love a man more than he loves you. This one had me like cracking up. It says that whenever she wants a sweet treat, she just puts on her favorite flavored chapstick, and she's lost 35 pounds doing that. Water fast for 4 days. I've heard a lot of people doing like the fasting that like you don't have to do it for like an extended period of time, but like if you wanted to do it for like a whole day and then just, you know, ease back into it. 1 meal a day, that I've tried, and I just feel like I'm dying.
I just don't like being hungry. The minute hunger hits, it's all I can think about. So I can't do something like that personally.
Somebody said, go through his phone, his following, and his interactions. Trust. I've done that. Somebody also said, which this honestly, like I've done too, is like brush your teeth.
Yeah. Sometimes that does it for me if I'm like, it's late at night, especially like you really shouldn't eat super late at night right before bed because it just kind of sits in you as you're sleeping. There have been times where I'm like, oh, like I'm really, really craving something, but it's 11 o'clock at night. Like, let me just brush my teeth and go to bed.
Right. So, and I remember like even being like younger and like I would be eating something and be like, oh, you want some? Of my parents or my mom would be like, no, like I just brushed my teeth. And I'm just like, so what? But now I'm just like.
But again, it's like, it's these things that kind of trick your mind, and something like that tells you it's time to go to bed. Like the day's over. Tomorrow's a new day.
Somebody said, if I don't eat anything and I feel like I'm going to faint, well, yeah, I don't eat anything. I feel like I'm going to faint. I'll eat a cube of cheese.
That's
32.k people liked that.
Well, do you know what that's from?
No.
It's from The Devil Wears Prada.
Oh, really?
Did you ever watch that movie?
Like years and years and years ago.
Emily Blunt's character. She's like literally not eating anything because she's supposed to be going to Paris for Fashion Week and is supposed to be getting all of these gorgeous outfits that she gets to wear the whole week. And she's like, I'm on this diet. And then Anne Hathaway's character like compliments her at one point. She's like, oh my God, you got so skinny. And she's like, yeah, well, you know, I'm on this new diet. I'm not eating anything. And then whenever I start to feel like I'm going to pass out, she has a British accent, I eat just a cube of cheese.
That's crazy. See, like I would just, that's when I would go like insane and just eat the whole block of cheese.
Yeah. That's where I would find the
zero
nearest
self-control.
Chipotle, Burger King, whatever's close by, and pig out. And that's also like, you know, that's why they say you really shouldn't restrict yourself, because you will reach a breaking point eventually where you're just like, I gotta eat something and I gotta eat everything. I gotta eat all of the things that I haven't been allowing myself to eat for the last, XYZ amount of time. And then you just go balls to the walls insane on food. And then, that's not healthy for you either. You really can't be shoving stuff down your throat like that.
Right.
And expect to feel good.
When I'm in a calorie deficit or I'm just like, don't eat, I will be craving sugar.
Yeah.
And that's like I will want chocolate so bad. Like I'll do anything to get it.
Yeah. And that's why you just have to find these healthy alternatives that fill that need and meet that craving for you.
Right.
And still treat yourself, of course. Have your cheat meals. Cheat meals, not cheat days.
Right.
All of these things that you can do to still have what you're craving, but again, everything in moderation. You're having a healthy amount of everything spread out throughout the week, and you're not overdoing it in certain areas.
Another hack: move somewhere where there's no grocery stores around.
Yeah.
Or like the most expensive one is nearest to you, and you just are too busy to go drive miles to a grocery store.
Right.
My friend told me today, she's like, you look so skinny. I'm like, I'm fucking starving. I'm starving. Like, I can't get to the grocery store, which I should probably just like obviously order online and have it delivered. But like, I'm not going to go spend $1 million at Food Town. I go to make one meal and I spent $100.
Sure.
I might as well have just taken myself out.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Whole Foods, they're all expensive.
That fridge, there's celery and hummus in there.
All right, well, that's
I'm starving. I went for a cleaning today, and like after I like called my mom and I was like, "Do you have food?" Like, I just don't have food, and she was like, "I have pasta." I was like, "That'll do.
Pasta works.
That'll do.
That's food."
I did my workout today. I got my steps in. I will have a bowl of pasta.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
But very much have to go food shopping or do something.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to make the time for it. I myself was trying to find time over the weekend to get to the store. And I mean, the weekends are the worst, especially because everybody goes to the store on the weekend. So I try to go during the week, but with work and everything, that's nearly impossible.
I still can't believe like how many people, I mean, again, obviously everybody has things going on, but like the people that go weekend shopping, like you go to Home Goods on it. Like sometimes I really need something at Home Goods and like I have to go, like if I'm getting a gift for somebody and I'm on this line that like snakes around and I'm like, how is everybody doing this?
I know. That's one thing that like COVID didn't impact. Like despite people still working from home a lot throughout the week, you still get 1 billion people in the stores on Saturday and Sunday, catching up on their errands, getting everything they got to get for the week. So that's just like always going to be the case, I feel. So you can go during the week, I wanted to try, because ShopRite, you can do orders for pickup. You could still order it online, but you just go to the store and they have everything ready for you. The only thing is you still got to pay like a $5 service fee, which I guess if you're thinking about it compared to what Instacart charges, which they charge probably like $10 to $12 in fees and taxes, it's not as bad and it saves you time, but it adds up over time.
Yeah.
But all that to say, we're doing our best. We'll get there. We'll meet our fitness goals for sure.
I think also to add to that, I've realized also that it's not like the goal. Like I thought the goal for me was to be skinny, but I think the goal now, or like that I've found, is that I'm strong. Yes. And I think that like trumps everything. Yes. Is that like I'm strong. Like,
I agree.
I was like doing like sled pulls and in the gym, and like this girl was like, "Holy shit, you're strong," and I was like, "That's like the best compliment ever." I'm like, "Thank you."
Yeah. No, I fully agree. I love like being able to show somebody that I can lift heavy things and put them down. And
right.
Yeah. No, I feel that 100%. That's strong, healthy, fit. That's all we want to be. We're, as a society, we're way past skinny and being skinny mini sticks.
Right.
Nothing wrong with it if you're thin. No hate. But as a society, I feel like we're all about strong, healthy, fit.
Right.
But with that, we're gonna transition to our pop culture discussion of the week. And we alluded to this a little bit earlier, but we've got some more influencer drama to chat through this week. On the topic of weight loss, fitness, dieting, all of that. We are talking about Janelle from TikTok. And if you don't know who Janelle is, I mean, Janelle's been on my FYP since COVID, like since the early days of COVID. She is a nurse, but she like really rose on TikTok by creating like all different kinds of healthy recipes, alternatives, whatnot. Probably what she's most well known for is the bell pepper, cream cheese, everything but the bagel seasoning combo. So good. I mean,
so good.
Like, if you weren't eating that during COVID,
what else were you doing?
What else were you doing? Like, I'm convinced you were not a part of the simulation that was COVID. Like, that was everywhere. Everyone was eating it. Before you know it, she was putting cream cheese on everything, cucumbers, tomatoes,
Yes.
everything, whatever she could get her hands on, cream cheese and everything but the bagel seasoning. And so she has been just like documenting for the last like 5 years now, everything she's been doing to try and lose weight. Like, and she's not by any means a heavy person, but like all of us had, a few pounds here and there she wanted to lose after having kids and whatnot. So, she would share her snack recipes. She would share like different drinks. She was making her own takes on like a skinny margarita or other cocktails and whatnot that she was giving more of a healthy spin on. And she was doing keto for a long time. I feel like she was doing keto for like a year to 2 years and documenting that and talking about that. And then she switched to more of a macro tracking system where she was tracking all of that. Like we were just talking about, focusing on high protein, carbs, all of that. And, she works out. She does a lot of different activities for fitness. And so like, she's doing everything that we're essentially doing. And again, she just like went super viral for a lot of this and developed a really big following over time. And while she's still a nurse, she has also in the last few years started doing like coaching sessions on tracking your macros. I think she has some kind of class now that she sells on this.
I think there's also a recipe book. I want to say.
Yes, I do think she had some kind of recipe book at some point. You're right. So she's really she has really established herself as a fitness influencer, but more of your like relatable type of fitness influencer. Again, she's not like super ripped or anything like that, but she's coming up with healthy swaps and recipes and whatnot. And recently, she, over the last few months, has lost a significant amount of weight.
I barely recognized her. Like, I haven't seen her. Sometimes, like, I follow people and, like, I just don't see that. Like, I forget to go on the following. Yeah. And I just go on the For You page. Or the
algorithm doesn't push them. Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, I don't see her anymore. So all of a sudden, like, she came up and I barely recognized her.
She's gotten very thin over the last few months. I mean, you could see it in her face, when she does like an outfit of the day or a haul or anything, you could see like she's much more lean, toned, all of that. And, I think people at first attributed it to like, was it her macros or was she doing what a lot of people are doing now? Was she doing the Ozempic? And so she just posted a video last week because she was getting comments on her TikToks, Ozempic, you're on Ozempic. Like, just tell us if you're on Ozempic, da, 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 da. And so she posted a video to her TikTok and to her YouTube sharing that, yes, for the last 10 months, year, she has been on a GLP-1 to help her lose that last like 10 to 15 pounds of weight that she's been trying to get rid of. And she is getting her ass ripped.
Really bad.
That colon cleanse we were talking about is nothing right now compared to what this girl's getting.
I've been seeing the comments. Yeah. They're fucking brutal. There's lawsuit claims. Like, people are saying they're going to sue her.
Yep. So the problem that people are having is not that she is on Ozempic. I think we're at a point now where it's just kind of the norm that people are on Ozempic, weight loss shots, whatever. The problem is that she, again, had this $200 macro tracking class, whatever it is, and she continued to sell it, continued to take clients, and did not disclose that she was on this weight loss shot in addition to all the other dieting and exercise and whatever else she was doing. So it's feeling very misleading. It's feeling like, well, she claims that this system worked for her and she's making it seem like this helped her lose this significant amount of weight recently. But like, now we're finding out she's on a shot and it just like, what the hell? Like, if her system didn't work for her, how is it going to work for any of us who paid $200 to be doing this? So she's getting the heat for it. she did, I did watch her full video where she shared more about this, and she shared that, she's been, again, taking the GLP-1, she said maybe once a month to help boost that weight loss a little bit more for her, in addition to everything else she does. She said she has also been taking medication for, I believe, her anxiety. She's been struggling with anxiety and depression lately, and she's been taking medication for that, which has also caused her to lose weight. So it's not necessarily just the shot she's claiming did it. It's also this medication, again, her lifestyle and whatnot. So, but it's not, people are just so stuck on the fact that she has been taking the Ozempic for the last year and didn't say anything. So I have my thoughts. Nikki, what are your thoughts? Let's get into it.
Well, first off, I feel like if she would have announced this way back when that trend was happening, that TikTok was going to be gone.
Yes.
Everybody would have forgotten it by now,
yes.
And everything in the world would be okay.
Right.
It's just like there's always something that people hop on this bandwagon. These people get bashed, and then you just don't hear about it anymore. Remember Aunt Amanda?
Yes.
She was another one. She was a nurse, I believe, and
Staten Islander.
Yes, she always reminded me of our friend Liana.
Yes,
and she would just snack and talk to you and give advice as if she's like, "This is Aunt Amanda. Listen, you don't need him. You don't just so comforting." And everybody loved her. But all of a sudden, she had a viewing party for Trump, and there was a little Trump mannequin pop-up thing in the back, and everybody was just up in arms that she was Republican.
Right.
She got canceled for a minute.
Yeah.
She's back.
Yeah.
She's doing well. So I think the internet can be a cruel place. If I were her, I don't think everybody needs to know your business. Yes, okay. You wanted to lose the last, there's different ways, obviously, that she could have went about losing. And I'm not her, so I can't say, but I really do believe that if you put your mind to things, you can achieve them. Maybe not in the timeline that you want, but I mean, maybe she just saw everybody else was getting this quick fix, and she had these extra pounds, because it can be discouraging when you go into that plateau where you're not losing anything. But also, I think that if we didn't have TikTok and Instagram that were constantly comparing our bodies to other people, she would be fine looking the way that she was, because she was perfect and beautiful. And you look at her and it was just she looks like a totally different person now.
Yeah.
If it were me, I don't think I would tell the world that I was on the shot. I just wouldn't do it. I think I would keep it to myself and know that I'm doing the work of helping others still. You can say that she was misleading by, doing this, but either way, tracking your macros is a healthy thing to do. And if she was giving advice for that, I mean, if you're going to pay $200 to have just put it in fucking ChatGPT. If it's about the money, put it in ChatGPT. They're probably just butthurt. If she put out this information for free, they would be like, oh, yeah, that's fine. But I guess because people paid for it, why would you pay $200 for somebody to tell you how to track your macros? I don't really know.
There's so many free apps you can
Weight
do
Watchers
it on.
Also, you pay $10 to $15 a month, and they track your macros now. So there's alternatives that you can do rather than
go to an influencer.
And so. I mean, I think it's going to blow over.
Yeah, definitely.
Eventually, obviously. But I think that it doesn't take away from all of the weight loss that she's already done and all the accomplishments that she's had. And I think that I think this is also a lesson for people that not everybody needs to know your business. No. Not everybody needs to know what you're doing. Obviously, when people have drastic weight losses now, people are going to constantly say Ozempic. I feel like I've drastically lost weight, and in my head, I'm like, ooh, is everybody going to think I'm on Ozempic now? I'm skinny.
You want to start a rumor, Nikki?
Right? But no, I fucking put in the work. I go to the gym. I run. I watch, my food intake, and I put in the work.
Right.
Do I judge other people that are taking the shot?
No.
Yes. I do.
Okay. All I'm going to say is,
if I know people that like just do it as like a quick fix, that haven't stepped foot in the gym, have not tried to do a meal plan or anything, you know, that haven't done that. But there are people that have diabetes and these other, like, maybe
morbidly
they're older.
obese. Yes.
My dad has multiple sclerosis. One of his doctors was just like, hey, like, you can't really move around a lot. You still have extra weight that you need to lose. Like, maybe try this. And I literally went nuts on him, and I was like, do not put yourself on another medication. Like, you can do this.
Right.
Like, you can lose the weight.
Right.
And I think, like, you have a good support system around you and people that will help you reach your goals. But to put something in your body that we really don't know, like, the long-term effects of, I just feel like you have to give it your best shot of, like, losing the weight rather than just sticking a needle in yourself.
That's fair. That's you're totally valid in saying that. I think it's definitely on a case-by-case basis, like what you said. Like, yes, if you're just someone who is not going to try to better your lifestyle and use this as an out, I don't think that's the smart way to go about it, because I think you will eventually revert back to your old habits and you'll gain the weight back, and it's all going to be for nothing. Remy Bader, another influencer who's come under fire recently for her recent weight loss, did not, she actually shared that she tried Ozempic once years ago when it was kind of first starting to be used for weight loss. I mean, you got to remember too, this is something that's been on the market for a long time for specifically diabetes patients. It's just now that we're learning that you can use it if you don't have diabetes to help regulate your blood sugar. I don't know if I'm saying this right. Don't come at me. Again, not a doctor. But you can use this as a tool to help you lose weight as well. She said that she had tried it years ago. She didn't like the effects that it was having on her. Again, it's a medication. It can make you nauseous. It can make you dizzy, all these things. She also has a binge eating disorder where the minute you get off of something like that, your brain is going to tell you it's time to start eating again the way you were. Your body is going to crave more and more food because that's what your mind is telling you that you need, especially if you're an emotional binge eater or anything like that. So, something like that, yes, it makes sense that she should not be using a medication like Ozempic. But there are some cases where I've heard that people use it if they're infertile because of their weight, or they're having trouble getting pregnant because of their weight. So they go on it and it helps them lose the weight. It helps regulate their body, their hormones, all of that, and then they're able to conceive. So, I've heard it used in those cases. I mean, again, there's some people, like you said, who plateau, and there's that really stubborn last 10 to 15 pounds of weight that you just want to get rid of. You've done everything you could, diet-wise, exercise-wise, whatever, and then you use this as kind of a last resort method. And I'm going to tell you, the minute they make this into a pill that's been on the market long enough, and we know if it's good, we know if it's safe, open wide, come to mama, give it to me. Give it the fuck to me.
Yeah.
Because I will just say, from my own personal experience, I have always had I've always not been happy with my midsection area. It's always been the most stubborn place for me to lose weight, no matter how much I diet, no matter how much I exercise. If I could take a little tiny pill,
just a little teeny tiny
pill to help get rid of that after doing everything else that I put the work into doing, give it to me. Load me up. So again, everyone has their needs for it. Everyone has their thoughts on it. Totally fine. And I agree with you. I think that if Janelle would have just been honest from the beginning, this wouldn't be an issue. If she would have said, a year ago, whenever she was starting it, to her followers and said, listen, like, I'm doing this for me because of X, Y, and Z reasons. But I still fully believe in tracking macros. I fully believe in, watching what you eat and exercising and doing all of these things that I'm, been talking about on this channel for so long. It would have been fine. People just want transparency now. Again.
Right. I think the common denominator between these two, Janelle and Remy, is betrayal.
Right.
Like, people feel betrayed because Remy is supposed to be like this plus size model,
body positive influencer.
And now all of a sudden it's just like, okay.
Yes.
Like, you're not, like the people go on TikTok to feel like that they could relate to, they find common ground with these people, and then it's just like, okay, I'm not going to relate to you anymore. You don't look like me anymore.
Yeah. Did you happen to listen to Remy's podcast episode with Khloe Kardashian where she talked about
when I tell you I do not like this woman?
You hate her.
I've blocked her like from the back in the day, like from the very first. She just kept popping up on my For You page, and just like the whole, like, when she puts on her clothes and she just stands there and is like,
she poses,
and I'm just poses. Like, please stop, stop. Like, maybe it gave me like PTSD because like I remember putting on like clothes and like not feeling like, and just like
we can all relate to it,
right?
But it's also like after a while of seeing it,
it's just like, stop.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. All I was going to say was that the context of Remy is very, similar to betrayal, as you said, but also in the same vein, she didn't really have to go into the level of detail that she did. And when she was first, so she had weight loss surgery. She didn't do, again, because she didn't find good results with weight loss shots. She did weight loss surgery, where she said they basically cut out a big part of her stomach. And she said that she was very happy with her body beforehand. And she was happy with her curves. It wasn't so much a matter of her appearance. It was more so that she just reached a point where she was very, very unhealthy. Like, she had back problems because of her weight. She just wasn't physically fit. And it was just at a point where she was just constantly in pain and having to go for back surgeries and all of these things where it's like, you do have to make a change at some point. If you want to live a healthy life and a positive life and you want to be comfortable, at a certain point you have to make a change. And again, she's got a binge eating disorder, so it's not easy for her to just go on a diet, go into a calorie deficit, watch what she eats, all of that. And so she opted for this weight loss surgery instead. She at first did not tell her followers what was happening when she first did the surgery, like a year and a half ago now. She just kind of kept everything really private. And then, of course, over the last year, we've seen her like very slowly start to get slimmer and slimmer. And she's posting that she's exercising more and all of this. But again, all throughout this, she has not said, well, I did this with weight loss surgery. I didn't just get this way by exercising a bunch and like going on a diet or anything like that. So again, that, like you said, is another, her followers felt betrayed because she wasn't specifying how she had lost this much weight. I think she said she lost like 140 pounds in the last year and a half as a result of the surgery. And then, the exercise and everything thereafter. So it's significant. It's significant and it's noticeable, obviously. And she seems to be in a much healthier state and, again, not in pain or anything anymore. And so obviously we all have our reasons for wanting to slim down and whatnot, but it's the transparency. When you have a following of both of these girls' levels, they've each got millions of followers who look to their content every single day. Not that I don't feel like they owe anyone the truth. You know, again, it's social media. Like, why? Like, at the end of the day, we're taking this too seriously. It's just social media. But I do think that they just have to expect that they're going to get this level of backlash from people. And maybe they did. Maybe, you know, I'm sure Remy at least did. You know, she's gotten backlash before for a lot of things. So I'm sure to some extent she expected this. Janelle, I don't know. Maybe she expected it as well. But I think you have to, well, I mean, I gotta say, Janelle's posting like nothing's happening.
I know.
Too.
That's
the other thing. Is
that's
like,
what you just have to keep doing.
Yeah. That's it. She's going back to posting her recipe hacks and snack ideas and shopping hauls and all of that. And people are still commenting like, oh my God, like the Ozempic, the Ozempic.
People are just going to be nonstop.
No, but at the end of the day, she's got a following that she somewhat is maintaining. I mean, I truthfully haven't seen like drastic drops in her following or anything. So she wants to get her bag. Get it. Why not? There's still going to be
people. She did say that if there were anybody that wanted a refund, she would issue a full refund. And then again, like I think there are going to be people that do not give a fuck, but they're going to want their money back.
And if she's willing to give it to him, great. She's willing to give it to him. But I think regardless, there's always going to be people that are loyal to influencers like this. Like, there needs to be like, I'm sure there are like studies on this by now, but there's just like, for some reason, people are so tied to the influencers that they follow and they will defend them till the day they die. And again, it's probably in big part because they feel they can relate to this person, and this person, they like their personality online and they like what they have to say and all these things. Now, you know, again, I don't know her criteria. I know she is a certified macro coach. I don't know what that means. Is she a certified nutritionist? No, she is a nurse. So I think she does have some level of credibility there. But I think people at the end of the day just like her because she's a mom. She's young. She's trying to do what we're all trying to do for the most part, and she just, you know, those bell peppers caught on.
Yeah,
they caught on.
Relatable.
She's relatable.
But I think if there's anything that I'm going to take away from this is like just a cleanse of social media and TikTok. I have been using Pinterest a lot more.
Yes,
and I feel like that's more peaceful, and I'm easier on myself. That like I'll just like look at clothes, look at different like house decoration advice and anything on there, cooking, meals, and I think that it's a little bit better and less harsh than what you see on TikTok. I
agree. I know I'm falling back in love with Pinterest for recipes and whatnot. So Pinterest has always been good. But that's the big scandal of the week here at Sip and Spill. We'll see. I'm sure, like you said, in a couple weeks, this will blow over and we'll forget all about Janelle's Ozempic mishaps. But that is our episode for the week. Thank you guys for tuning in. Tell us what you're doing to get yourselves summer ready. Does not have to be fitness or weight loss related. It could be, you know, you're sprucing up your home or you're planning your next vacation. Whatever you're doing to get ready for the summer season, let us know in the comments. But we will be back next time with another episode. So thank you for listening in. If you're watching on YouTube, give us a like, comment, subscribe. Spotify, Apple, Amazon, wherever you get your podcasts, be sure to tune in there. Hit your notifications so you know when our episodes are dropping. Follow us on social media. We are at The Sip and Spill Pod on Instagram and TikTok. That is at The Sip and like Nikki Spill Pod, Instagram and TikTok. Follow along and be sure to tune in next time. Cheers, Nick.
Cheers, Anna.